H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it is Baby Friday. And Jimmy will be in a little bit. They're doing the little meetings at the with the TV station, so he'll pop in a minute. But what's up, everybody? I mean, first of all, before I start anything, you see my girl behind me. You see Amanda Gorman behind me. Just so proud. I mean, we could talk about the politics and all that kind of stuff, but man, sometimes we got to look at the positives of things. And I got the chance to research and study a little bit more about this young girl. She was on, first of all, let me get this out the way first. Let me get this out the way because I'm going to tell you about she was on Good Morning American this morning. But what's up, everybody? Let me shout out to my starting five today. What's up there, Dr. Newsom? Let me shout out to my father starting five. Let me. Rod Wells. And hold up, before our starting five is the first five people that comes up onto the Facebook feed. I just the first face or the YouTube feed, all of it simultaneously. Whoever pops up first, I got a little list right here in front of me that's showing who popping up first. And Rod Wells, Thaddeus Moody, Mindy Collins. Hey, Mindy, don't forget we got to talk off air. I got to talk to you. Derek Johnson, Todd Holmes. That's the starting five. And the sixth man today is Chris Charles. What's up, Chris Charles? That's my barbershop partner there, Chris Charles. But it's a lot of stuff going on, man. I just want to share a few things with you. I got a new song that I like. And man, you got them, boy, your kids, man. These kids are something else. I want to share some with y'all in a little bit. And I just want y'all to just take a look at it, and I want you to I want you to listen and hear with a third ear. Okay, hey, Cynthia, what's going on, girl? Cynthia, I'm glad you're here because I want you to see this too. Hey, Karen, but let me share some stuff. For you Houston fans, I was thinking about Joe Biden when he was signing his executive orders. Did y'all notice something? That other guy who signed an executive order, he used to pick them up. Hold up, y'all. Let me go back to my back desk. He used to pick them up and brag about it. Man, Joe was just signing them and setting them to the side. Signing them and setting them to the side. But for you Houston fans, did this one for you. The first order of business for Joe Biden, he needs to sign an executive orders to get Deshaun Watson out of Houston. What do you think about that, Mindy? But it was great. I watched the inaugural celebration again. Yesterday was the last day that we ever have to say a woman has never been president. I know y'all have heard that stuff a little bit. Oh, let me button my shirt up. I don't want to be, you understand me? Okay. All right. Let me, I thought about this too. What's up, Trey Phillips? What's up? Hey, Dr. Newsom. America's Most Deadly reality show came to an end yesterday. And y'all, I didn't get a chance to talk about, and it was Women Rock Wednesday yesterday, but y'all already know Women Rock every day with me. Chani Agumake, she added another title to her resume. I mentioned it a little bit last week, but she's an executive producer now. The women, I think I'm going to show it a little later because I didn't get a chance to show it yesterday. The women of the WNBA, they getting it done, man. They even, I don't know if you know this, Trey, they trademarked the word, it's called wubble. Women in the bubble, wubble. They trademarked that and they're going to put that on t-shirts. But y'all, I found out a book, because some people were calling me the other day. What's up? Shut up, Herb. Hey, Herb. I asked a person the other day. I said, if a young man or a young lady want to start ground zero and just learning about our history and Black history, and because I want to ask, what's the entry level? And I don't know some of y'all, because some of y'all so great. I didn't read. I read this book later in my life. Some of y'all had the advantage of reading this book probably a long time ago. But he told me the book named "The Miseducation of the Negro" is one of the best. And some of y'all probably have read it before. If you have, I've been reading it. Awesome, awesome book. Um, Connected things, and I've learned what I've been trying to do, y'all, even on this show. Um, Connect the things that you don't know to the things that you do know. You know, connect the things that you don't know to the things that you do know. Shout out to Coach Stephen Woods, channel. Well, Jimmy gonna be on here talking enough about that, Mr. Woods. So we don't have to talk. We ain't gonna waste no time right now talking about that. But yeah, High Tower will be playing tomorrow. But Jimmy gonna talk about that. So we'll let. What's up, Doug? Doug, they've been talking about you on Twitter this morning, man. They've been talking about my big fella. And I told him his name ain't Big Doug no more. It's Little Doug. But I do me a favor, y'all, from now on, and I know y'all don't. This just the people who don't. Do not underestimate the power of the Chop Shop and its audience. Because people been calling me about how powerful that man, Mark Grant, was. And they was asking me, how did y'all get him on the show? Y'all, I've learned. Y'all see how I caught myself? I promise you I'm going to start ignoring certain people. I promise you I am. Yes, I do, Yusef Brown. I do remember you. I always remember you, young man. Yes, what's going on, baby? But I want to do congratulations out to this year's NFC and AFC championship games. I'm gonna tell you something about it, and we haven't talked about it. They got it's black excellence in them games, man. I think, let me see, 4 of the offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators in this AFC championship game happen to be black. And I don't know if that has happened in a long time, but I got to make sure you understand that. And I was thinking about the election yesterday again. And my advice to Joe Biden, just my advice to Joe Biden is don't let anybody take you off your agenda. Uh, your platform evidently has been accepted by the American people because you're in office. Oh, what's up, Malik? Uh, Remember, he got $7 million, 7 million more votes than Trump did. And he has and I was just saying, he has a mandate to get it right. He cannot allow people who supported his opponent to take him off his agenda. And my idea is that if they don't want to work with you, use your executive authority. I don't know if y'all know, and I got to share this with you. As soon as he got in the office, he fired 3 people yesterday. He got right in there and said, "Hey man, resign." I ain't resigning. You're fired. Hey, hey lady, resign. Y'all got to remember the reason I said this, and I said my idea. If they don't want to work with you, use your executive authority. This is what I mean. Remember, the dismantling of slavery, y'all, started with an executive order. Let me repeat that. The dismantling of slavery started with an executive order. That was what the Emancipation Proclamation was. It was not passed by Congress first. It was an executive order. It was Abraham Lincoln executive order. See, when y'all keep hearing this stuff and don't understand it, go back and look at your history. The armed services. I hope my guy on there, I hope Derek Johnson is on here. The armed service, Maite, was integrated by Harry Truman's executive order. Let me just show you executive orders matter. The armed services, the army, it was integrated by Harry Truman executive order. Congress won't do it, y'all. So Harry had to do it. And we still have an integrated army now. And now, and guess what? Now we got a black man. Y'all remember watching the movie like Red Tails and stuff like that? How these decorated officers couldn't go into certain places? Let me tell y'all something. Now they got a black man that's about to be the Secretary of Defense, and guess what? And they're taking their time about what you call confirming him. But you know what's so unique, man? I mean, it's just so much stuff going on here, man. I want to share this with you, especially the ladies. The other day, I called my daughter. She was, she's at home in LA. She was walking down the street, and I said, "What's up, baby?" She always FaceTime. Daughters, they want to FaceTime. And she told me something real key. I said, "What's up, baby?" She said, "I got a whole lot of gang stuff going on." I didn't know what the hell she was talking about, right? So it's really a whole lot of gang, S-H-I-T, but she wouldn't say it. She said, "I got a," so my son this morning, before I come on the show, Doug Jones, y'all help me now. They got a song out by Migos. Y'all know how I kind of like the Migos a little bit. They got a song out called Amigo, called Gang Gang. And in this song, he said he got a whole lot of gang. So let me tell you, I got a new song out that I like. It's called Gang Gang. I haven't read all the lyrics yet, but I like the beat. I heard it before the show. But and another thing too, y'all, I want to say shout out to Thaddeus Moody. And our prayers up for him and his family, because I forgot to mention yesterday, he buried his mother yesterday, and he might be on the show right now. But prayers up for him, man. I told her just be strong for your people. Yeah, man, tell you, we got Mr. No. See, unlike some people, I don't listen to rap like Kevin Freedman and a lot of guys ride around in their car. I don't listen to rap. So if I just I might find out about a song 2 years later. But when somebody sent it to me and I like it, I like it, y'all. So Kevin Freedman, everybody, the song might be old to you, but it's brand new to me. Brand new to me. And a shout out to it might be old to him, but it's brand new to me. But shout out to I saw something, y'all, last night I want to share with y'all. This was touching Sonia Billingsley, and I want to share this with y'all right quick. It kind of got me. I just want to know, all my women, I want to see what y'all think about this.
Addison, I just got inaugurated today to be your vice president, and I work with your daddy, and he's so smart, and he's so wonderful, and he told me all about you, and I just can't wait to meet you, but you keep leading. I love our young leaders, so you keep doing what you're doing. I'll see you later. Addison, I just got inaugurated today to be your vice president, and I work with your daddy, and he's so smart, he's so wonderful, and he told me all about you, and I just can't wait to meet you, but you keep leading. I love our young leaders, so you keep doing what you're doing. I'll see you later.
Do you know who that was? Who was that? Who was that?
Do you know who it is?
How do you feel about the vice president saying hi to you?
Yes, I feel.
Muna, do you know who that was?
Yes.
What's her name?
Addison.
Unbelievable, this extraordinary and compassionate Vice President Kamala Harris, man. And I know that's one of the biggest, this is probably the biggest moment in Kamala Harris' life, y'all. And she took out time to speak love and light into young black girls named Addison, man. I mean, I don't know what y'all, how y'all feel about people's politics and all that crap. You know, y'all busy. I'm busy. Everybody busy. When the last time with y'all know it all asses, I'm talking about to the know it alls, not everybody. When the last time you took out the time to call somebody else's daughter, somebody else's kid at one of your busiest moments, and you take out the time and yeah, I mean it was just unbelievable, man. I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And it's just it's just awesome to me that I'm just feeling a little better. You know how people talk about, well, this ain't this and this ain't this. I said, but you know what, y'all? I'm feeling a little better. And when I come back, I'm gonna take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm explaining to y'all why. Okay. But Chop Shop, we'll be back in just a minute. Let me get my guys in here. Chop Shop, we'll be back in a minute.
Sometimes professional sports have a tendency to think that it's all about the numbers and the egos. And sometimes I think people forget that we play a team game. This is what has made us special. Our guys are going to do whatever is needed to go out and win. Because when it's all said and done with, we talk about this each and every week. It's not about the numbers. Okay. It's about the alphabets. And the only two alphabets that matter in this industry is a W and an L. Whatever we have to do to get that W, that's all what matters. And then you know what? We're going to come back, put a game plan together for the following week, and we're going to get it going and get ready to go. Yes, ideally we want all of our players to have all the success that they can. But we do know this. If we can do this together and do it for one another and do it the right way, okay, it'll give us a chance to have a chance to go out and pursue the goals that we want to pursue. Sometimes professional sports.
So this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth. All right. And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. All right. And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap and we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing. All right. That's going to be the mentality. So this team's going to be.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, the Chop Shop. Jimmy coming in shortly. I wanted to show y'all that. I want y'all to pay attention. Y'all saw 2 different interviews. Okay? The interview of the coach from Detroit. He's gotten that job in Detroit. Detroit picked over that guy, Eric Bieniemy. That's Troy Bieniemy. That in case you didn't know, that was Troy Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach at the Kansas City Chiefs. The one who helped groomed Pat Mahomes, the MVP, he still don't have a head coaching job. But they said Eric don't interview well. But did you see the interviews of those two different men? I mean, did you see the interviews of those two men? But this guy got hired and the other guy didn't. Let me read something to y'all right quick. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there's always light if we only were brave enough to see it. If only we are brave enough to be it. Those were the words of young Amanda Gorman, the young lady behind me. I think those are her last words, and she was talking about how when she was conflicted about the way she did that in her speech. I don't know if y'all looked up this lady, this young lady, but let me tell y'all something. Wesley Yates, Paul Audouin. This why I highlight this kind of stuff, because I know all of us love basketball. This is the basketball community. But this young girl, Harvard, she goes to Harvard. Young girl said that before, she said, I'm running for president in 2036. It's when I'm old enough. And I don't know if you heard her speech the other day. Go back and get it. It's all over everything. Go listen to it. Go talk. Robin Roberts asked her this morning, are you serious about running for president? She said, heck yes. She said, heck yes. Little young girl said, I'll never forget, y'all. She said, a young, skinny black girl that one day said she's going to be president. Now is reciting her poem to the next president. Unbelievable, y'all. We have got to start just like we applaud Lil Johnny for playing basketball. I seem to think it's some more Amanda Gormans out there who it's some more young men that got this kind of talent. But we don't cultivate this kind of talent. We'll go get them all kind of trainers to play basketball. Or we getting them trainers to score well on the SAT. She had to, for her to get in Harvard, I know how hard it is to get there. But I want to share this with y'all. It's unbelievable, man, because this one didn't hit Main Street. I had to go dig for this one. This came on PBS. You know a lot of us don't watch this. Check her out.
We the people. We the people live in a less than perfect union that accuses the vulnerable and never the top class and race. When children are illegal and intolerance bans humans, I wonder who we the people are in the first place. We the people meant all lives matter, but are whites' lives living a coincidence when if you're not male or pale, you get destroyed for demonstrating dissidence. When the color of his skin gives a killer assumed innocence. But still, we will rise up, advocate, and activate with the people's diligence. Let's speak names to we the people so they are not lost in executive orders lines. Protect them from prick of tweet, pen, bullet, or steeple. Sturdy our spines to keep making signs and reading the signs. It's hectic, apocalyptic, they're skeptics, but we can be united. For what makes America great is diversity and democracy reignited.
Welcome back. Powerful, powerful words from a young 22-year-old girl, y'all. And I know Jimmy's, I think he just texted me, he's coming on shortly. And I know we're going to talk sports, but before we get there, I was thinking about yesterday. I was thinking about Women Rock Wednesday and the significance of Wednesday. What's up, Doc? That's why, and all I'm going to do, y'all, and I try to tell y'all, I'm just giving you breadcrumbs. Y'all got to go and research that. That young lady told that man last night. He said, Anderson Cooper. He said, "How did you see some stuff? Did you see some stuff that's happening in the news that make you uh um um that make you write this poem?" She said, "I I don't write poems through visual images. I am special with word. In other words, I bring words to life. Visual images, okay, but when I see a tweet, when I see something written, it just blew me away, y'all. Just to hear this 22-year-old girl talk, it's unbelievable. But back to Wednesday. I'm gonna show you why Wednesdays, how y'all got to remember now. At our old radio station, they was telling us, man, y'all don't worry about no Women Rock Wednesday. That's y'all lowest rated show. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about it. I said, no. It's not happening. And then I thought about after yesterday, I want y'all to see what happened. The first 3 Wednesdays in January. On the first Wednesday of January was January the 6th. We witnessed an insurrection from white supremacists. Y'all follow me now? Because they were frustrated, because they were flustered and to see the diversification of America. As one author called it and penned it, the browning of America. When you see those and all who were previously alienated and aliens and disenfranchised and emerge into their rightful seat of power, when they see that, think about this, y'all. We're going to talk about sports in a minute, but the largest class of the Congressional Black Caucus convened the other day. The largest class ever. The first time that Georgia had a black senator to represent the state. Follow me. A black woman is vice president. They're frustrated, they're blustered, having no idea how to control it. Think about it, y'all. Doug, help me out with this one, Doug. They didn't ride when Obama got elected twice. My tie, y'all help me with this one. London. They did not riot. Obama got elected twice. They were in an upheaval about Donald Trump because he is the imagery of what they stand for. And they see it slipping right through their hands. That was the first. So on the first, follow me now. So on the first Wednesday, January 6th, we saw the insurrection. On the second Wednesday, y'all, every Wednesday is Women Rock Wednesday. Y'all know I'm talking about. Women Rock Wednesday. Women Rock. The second Wednesday. This has been a long year, y'all. This has been a long year in a month. The second Wednesday, right? In January was the impeachment. So we saw the very first time a U.S. president was impeached twice for failing to uphold the Constitution, inciting a riot. We had 5 unnecessary deaths at the Capitol, 400,000 unnecessary deaths through COVID because of a president who was slow to show real leadership. Y'all follow me? That's the second Wednesday. Anissa, watch these Wednesdays. Watch these Wednesdays. Nissa, you are the matriarch of Women Rock Wednesday. The third Wednesday in January, guess what we have? Yesterday, we have the inauguration. 20,000 National Guards, y'all, were on the ground, a roadblock every 6 feet. None of that could stop the black woman from becoming the first vice president. So yet again, Women Rock Wednesday. I know Walter Yates, close up your ears right now. Yet again, black women have saved the union. I know y'all think, yeah, study this stuff, man. Black women have kept this country together. You see why I'm always talking about and excited about Women Rock Wednesday. Black women has shown us bravery. Now the question is, what will we do with the fourth Wednesday in January? Walter Yates, Trey Phillips, boy, I got something for you too. Oh, I got something for you. You stay right there. I got something for you. You hold on. The fourth Wednesday in January, guess what it should call for? We should call for innovation and accountability. While this moment is good, we got to keep our foot on their necks, y'all, and our feet on the gas. We can't let up on Kamala. I love her, y'all, so I just give it a praise. We can't let up on Joe. Old Joe is one of them. Can't let up on him. I love celebrating that we have a black a woman as a vice president. But that's not that. Hold up. But that Rick Wilmore could help me with that. But that does not negate the issues that we still have on the table. We got to make sure that our parents have access to affordable health care, like Barack was doing. We got to make sure our children are able to compete on a global stage, like this young lady, Amanda Gorman. We have to access, check this out, y'all, and I've been talking about this. We got to be able to have access to capital for us to be able to start businesses and to buy homes. They'll give us a student loan to go in student debt, but they won't give us $100,000 for a loan. Got to straighten that out. On the congressional and the senatorial flow, we have to have an honest conversation, Rick Wilmore, about reparations. And the reasons I had to study reparations before I ever even came out of my mouth. Make sure that our elected officials are mindful that it was black people who hand-delivered this election to them. We got to remind them. Rick, I know you're talking about, well, we got to remind them. We got to remind them. We have to create Chop Shop. We have to Boom Boom Room. We have to create new streams of income. Because there's a paradigm shift in this universe. Our entrepreneurial African instincts have to go of going to the marketplace independently has got to be exposed. We're not working for somebody else, and we're anymore. We're working to improve our community, to advance our families. Our families. We done made everybody else's family rich. The first Wednesday in February, which is Black History Month, the very least that America can do for us is give us an indictment. Because Donald Trump has got to be held accountable for what he has done to tear down the fabric of this nation. Y'all, I've been had that in me all week, but I meant to play this on yesterday, and I hope I find it. Trey, I know I find it. Trey, I'm trying to figure it out, man. Trey, let me make sure. Trey Young, you have some beautiful young, not Trey Young, Trey Phillips, young ladies in your basketball program that were messing with you. Uh, they were messing with you, man. And I can't find it. I thought I had it. I thought I downloaded. And they were messing with you. And my goodness, I can't find it. My bad. My bad. But Jimmy's coming on now. But Trey, I love that. If I love that about you, man. Your young women show you how much they love you, Trey Phillips. And I thought I had put it in the thing. Oh, Jimmy, I got you there, Jimbo. Uh, they mark you about your coaching style, and I thought I had put it. I thought I had put it in the cachet, but I didn't. But Trey, it was great. I mean, if y'all Trey Phillips, you know what I'm talking about, man. I hate I didn't do it. I thought I put it in my thing, and I'm gonna try to load it up because I did. I'm gonna try to load it up. But hey, y'all, we got so much. Jimmy, I know we're gonna take another quick break, Jimmy. Then we bring Jimmy in. But man, thank y'all for humoring me for a minute. I've been had that in me for a while, but when the show is going on, it's hard to get something that important in because we got to have a balance in our life. Yes, we can love basketball, but yes, we got to get active in this community. We got to be part. We got to be the next Stacey Abrams. They need to be talking about. Let me see. They need to be talking about Darryl Barnes, the next elected cycle. They need to be talking about Rick Wilmore, the next election cycle. They need to be talking about Dr. Newsom, the next election cycle. It's okay, y'all, but happy baby Friday. But I'm going to take a quick break and we'll be back in just a minute. Let me find, here we go. We'll be back in a minute.
writing about this issue for quite some time. I remember when I was a reporter at ESPN doing a piece on a study that showed that white assistants were more likely to get promoted in the NFL at all levels, regardless of their background or all things equal to their black peers. That was 5 years ago, and there are fewer black head coaches in the league now than there were then. And in that time, I've heard just about every reason possible. I mean, and then every reason has been debunked. First, it was, well, we want quarterback guys and offensive gurus. Then you'd see special teams coaches or other assistants hired. We want NFL experience. You'd see white college coaches hired. Well, his interviews aren't good and it's a bad culture fit, even though these coaches would be recommended by the highest regarded players. He's got baggage. This cycle, we saw a head coach hired in Jacksonville who was involved in a scandal 2 years ago. I mean, the goalposts on this issue have been moved so many times, they're outside of the damn stadium. And the NFL can do whatever they want to try to compel these owners to change their mind, but they can't change their hearts and their biases. And all we can do is call a spade a spade. Yeah. This is on ownership, as Marcus has said, and we need to continue to hold ownership's feet to the fire.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live and from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world. But Jimmy, I promised Trey Phillips something, and I'm gonna drop it in here and see what it plays.
And it's not that hard. 2, 3. That's what they're in. Naya, you're gonna be here. Sammy, you're gonna be here. Treasure, you're just gonna be on the box. You're gonna work the paint. Who else is in? You just sit the bench. You're over here. Maddie, you take the phone down. 10 seconds left. I hope you don't know what you're doing. Get out there. That's it.
Welcome back again. I had to show that Jimmy. Those were Trey Phillips. I guess his former players, his players. They was messing with him. I thought that Trey. Let me tell you something, man. I never seen you coach, but man, let me tell you. One of the girls said, "Girl, you what? Oh, you on the bench? You on the bench?" I mean, it was unbelievable. Hey, I just want somebody. I need somebody to do Coach Woods. So I need a player from Hightower. Somebody, please do Coach Woods for me. Oh my God, because I don't like. If Coach Woods probably noticed, Coach, I never sit near your bench because you're so comical on this side. When your visuals, I can imagine what you're saying to them kids. So I never sit on that side, but I think that was great, Jimmy. When I see stuff like that, I want to share it to the community. Shout out to Trey Phillips. What you got, Jimmy? I know you've been in meetings, and I was trying to hold off on the sports because I know you was going to get in. So go on, get at it. Go on, do your thing. Go on, do your thing.
What sport did you talk about?
I ain't talking about no sports, Jimmy. I went straight talking about, you know what I did today, Jimmy? I communicated life. That's all I did today. I communicated a little life to them. They think it's a sermon. I call it communicating life. So what you got, baby? What you got?
Well, I mean, now as we slide on into, you can do that filter, Adam, on me.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
As we slide into sports, then you can't help but, I guess one of my themes today is going to be the COVID, the pandemic. You know, yesterday we all learned general public. That means, understand this, when the general public learned something that happened on Capitol Hill, best believe Capitol Hill knew about it days or weeks even before. That's just how it goes. Same thing with NBA. When we find out news, that means people in the front offices knew about the news because they were concocting the news or creating the news days, weeks before. Well, we learned yesterday that new President Biden and his staff was not left any game plan for the distribution of the COVID-19 vaccines. And regardless of how you may feel about the vaccine, still, this is further proof of the near 30,000 lies that the previous president planted into the mindsets and throughout the airwaves, throughout social media outlets on a consistent basis. Understand something. It might have been yet to soak in. There's no plan for that. That means, what does that mean? That means you spent all this money of the government, got the first round, and got the essential people their shots. So the general public, who all them that comprise the voters, and some of you guys that may have voted for and thought you was getting it and saying, nah, you see, he kept his promise. He ain't had nothing for your ass either.
And Jimmy, and I found out too, you remember the pledge he made to the HBCU? They never got that either.
You see? And they're not surprising at all. Now, so the thing now, I'm looking to transfer it over. Like I said, I segue on into the NBA. The NBA has revamped up their protocol within the past week, if you hadn't paid attention, which is punctuated by these guys. You know how they go before the game and they dap? They can't even dap.
I always thought that was odd.
They can't even hug no more.
They shouldn't.
No, I'm just saying, but that was, it's like somebody made note of it and like, oh, okay. So there, but and Washington Wizards, I know, they have a tie because Russell Westbrook played for the Rockets. Do you guys realize that they have just announced the 6th consecutive cancellation of one of their games?
Memphis got 3 in a row. They about to be canceled, Jimmy.
Yeah, but Memphis got 3, but Washington got 6.
I know, but in a row, they finna go right now. It's 20 games now. But Jimmy, I think they expect
the Wizards. I'm saying, hell, not 6 this season, 6 in a row. That usurps the Memphis. This is their 6th game in a row that's been canceled for the Washington Wizards.
But we don't know if it's somebody in the organization. We don't know who. We don't know who the culprit. Who is the culprit?
Well, I mean, it's easy to find out. I mean, the thing about it is Washington. So Washington, ironically, has been consumed with much other news of greater value in Washington, D.C. than the bullets, at this time. But Bradley Beal was on the front line of speaking, saying, look, he spoke up. It was like, man, we're fighting the league on this thing. The guys they're trying to make us play, and then you're trying to push safety. And this is the thing. Understand, they knew it was going to be trouble. They meaning the NBA with the pandemic. They knew that. And it was funny because when the season started, the Houston Rockets were the laughing stock. Remember, they opened the season at home playing OKC Thunder. The game was postponed, which led people like laughing, like, see, they can't, guys down in Houston, look at that. Must be him, must be so-and-so. Look at, they can't stop, So now look, it ain't just a Houston thing. We have a new president in office. Everybody's taking a deep breath. Now it's time now to relax. And that was a thing that, like I said, coming up late on in the show, I have, once again, I promise you guys, I got breaking news on 2 fronts. And that is, one of them is related to this topic. So now we are speaking of NBA. Yesterday on this Chop Shop, we talked about it. And it's going to be days like this. It's the NBA. And that's the thing about it. Anybody can beat anybody if they come out there not swinging with their full punch. And however, the game on the tap, of course, is the Nets losing to the Cavs, double overtime, super game, 147 to 135.
And they was and Jimmy, in regulation, because I know you're not going to bring this up, but the end of regulation, Colin Sexton hit a 3 and should have been fouled. And I just want to know, is that a coaching problem? Was that Steve Nash, or somebody should have grabbed him, knowing, and not to let him get a 3-point off? Should have just fouled him on the floor. So at the end of regulation, the dude hit a shot. Kyrie Irving was there and hit it over. Should have fouled him on the floor. I think
it had been about a couple of years ago. We was on the radio, one of the radio stations, and we engaged in that topic of the logic of the coach. Remember I remember talking this, and this thing ended up sparking into a conversation where as coaches, what are you the coach if you're up with less than 5 seconds to go? And you're up by 3? Are you up? Do you foul?
Yeah, you foul.
Or do you not? Because and I remember some coaches were on the Chop Shop feed, and they were saying, well, the ones that were supporting, they're saying, well, on both sides of the fence. Some were saying, well, hell, what if he fouls? You foul him and he goes and he hits the first free throw, or hurt the first 2, missed the second one, whatever, and then get the rebound. I've seen it happen. Yes, it's happened. But what's your ideology? You coaches out there. I'm just curious to see, has it
Yeah.
changed,
Yeah.
or have you modified your stance since a couple of years ago? You know, because times change. Sometimes you learn things. It's like if you're a zone man, at some point, everybody was a 2-3 before they became a 1-3-1. You know, at some point, most people learn 2-3 before they learn 1-3-1.
And guess what?
And
the Nets came to play. I mean, you can't give up no 147 points. You're gonna get your ass whooped. But you score. I thought there was I'm sitting there and watched every second of the game. I taped it. I ain't went back and watched it again. But there's no way nobody get a 3 off in that game. And I said, but I mean, it was unique. I was proud of Damon Dotson. He hit some big shots. The Obson, what did they say? Obson. But that boy,
yeah.
the young bull. Let me tell y'all something, man. I thought about this young man, man. I got a chance to see him play in person before. Not fouling him, I said Jimmy would come back and haunt him. But I'm not too concerned about the loss, Jimmy. You know why? Like I was trying to explain yesterday, I'm not too concerned. I remember LeBron, Bosh, and Wade, they lost their first game altogether. KD, Steph, Clay, they lost their debut game together. The thing and the problem, like I said, the 147 point, who was going to make stops down the stretch? Nobody. This was one of the worst offensive teams in the league. I think they're 29th. And Colin Sexton scored 15 points, Jimmy, in the second overtime. Kyrie played 48 minutes, his first game back, playing 48 minutes, his first game back in 15 days. Ain't played in 15 days. But what made me think about it, I go back to Sexton's college days, Jimmy, because I ain't never, you got to understand, Sexton's shooting about 17% from the three right now, 16, 15%. But I went back to college day when Alabama, Avery Johnson was coaching the team. Everybody on the team, some people don't know this. Everybody on the team, Jimmy, fouled out. They were left with 3 players on the court.
Yeah.
Never forget this
4
game.
then 3.
Yeah. Colin Sexton was one of those 3 players. It was 3-on-5. So if you didn't know, it was 3-on-5.
And they were battling with him. They ended up losing the game. They were battling though. He was putting in work.
Wait a minute, y'all. I don't know if y'all have ever seen a game like that play 4-on-5, 3-on-5, or 3-on-5. Okay, he dropped 40 in that game, Jimmy. I don't know if you remember that, and they almost won.
Yeah.
But I saw something last night, Jimmy. My homeboy had twice as many. Tyree had twice as many shots. I know you done looked at it as the point guard. Jane was playing the point guard last night. But Jimmy, I ain't gonna lie, I like that team. That team was exciting. It's rare that I watch a whole game. I watched the whole game. I usually get up and go and put pause or tape it, but I watched that game last night, and the Nets are making me they're making me watch the game. So I don't see the commercials. I go through the commercials. But what else you got to say, Jim?
Speaking of that game last night, one of the things that stick out, and this is one of my, remember when we last year we go to the box scores. I've showed you guys this before, and that is look at the bench. And even it kind of rubbed off on Haller. You start looking at that bench. Look at that bench. Have you checked the starters? Look at that bench.
I was hoping you didn't bring the bench up.
And that's the first thing that I do after I look at the marquee players. You look along their stat lines, then go straight to the bench. Let's see what happens on the bench. You mentioned Damon Dotson with 15 points. How about the 2 guys that got traded away from Brooklyn? Taurean Prince, Jared Allen. They combined for 29 off the bench. They only played 3 guys off the bench and produced 44 points off the bench compared to 10 for Brooklyn. Brooklyn only got 10 points from that bench. Okay. Remember Harris the other day? Remember everybody? Harris. Average. And he's guess what? 3-point shooting champ. He earned that. But last night, in that game last night,
what do you have?
He had enough shots. He took 10 shots. 6 points.
Yeah.
6 points. And he played 42 minutes.
That hurt.
He couldn't get off with 6 shots.
That hurt.
You know, and only one other guy scored off that bench for the rookie. All of that means 95% of their productivity came from the starting lineup. So yeah, this is one of those games you got 2 guys that score over 35. Another guy that goes a triple double. That's the first time that ever happened in Brooklyn Nets, New Jersey Nets history, where 2 guys score over 35 and another guy scores a triple double in the same game. Now that looked fine. However, DeAndre Jordan, he had 13, and he's
Jimmy. I just don't like him. I don't like his game. I'm talking about.
How do you already know how I feel about DeAndre?
No. I'm talking about the game. I ain't talking about the person.
That's personal and petty. But
okay.
ever since
I know.
Ever since I was invited to California, to LA, and I get to LA.
Go on, tell it. Go on, tell it. Go on, tell it. Go on, tell it. Come on,
you shoot me a ghost.
Yeah.
That's like me telling you, come on to the house. You come ring the doorbell, and I don't answer the door. I'm looking at the Ring app, and I don't answer the door.
No, that's worse, Jimmy. You got on a plane.
Yeah.
That's worse.
So y'all, you know how I feel about it. And guess what? I still, really, if you look back on it, I've been doing him solid because I ain't really just laid on him, but maybe one time, maybe one time since then.
You remember
but that's back to this game.
I said something. What am I saying? I just said, it's some rotten ass people out here. Because ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to tell you to come somewhere and I'm not going to be there. My secretary, somebody going to make sure. I just don't understand the people that do that. And it might be some people that do that. I just think, Jimmy, you know how I am about going to the airport. I'm always on time. If I tell you I'm going to be there, you can, like Jimmy, I told a dude the other day, I said, if I tell you a duck can pull a truck, you better hook that damn duck up to that truck. If I tell you I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it happen, man. And I remember that, and I thought it was classless, but a lot of people just don't have class, man. You know, it just don't have class.
It wasn't like, listen, this wasn't one of those trips, guys. I ain't giving you all the detail, but this ain't one of those trips where I need somewhere to stay. Yeah. This wasn't one of those types of trips. Yeah. This wasn't one of those. It was one of those like, well, come on, okay, it wasn't one of those trips. Can you pick me up? I don't have no. This wasn't one of those trips. Mind you, I hate driving in LA because you couldn't talk on the phone. That was one of the first cities where you couldn't talk on the telephone and you get a ticket. And we coming out of Houston, that's kind of like us. That's a hell of a habit to break, but now they have Bluetooth in all rental cars now. So it's a big, it alleviates that. But in this game, Jared Allen had a double-double for Cleveland.
Played well.
Taurean Prince had 17 on 5 of 9 shooting, 3 of 5 from three-point land. That's the former Bay LaBelle was getting it in. And you mentioned a little bull who Avery Johnson came on the Chop Shop about 4 years ago and told us. Remember, that's one of the benefits of having an NBA guy as the coach, as your head coach. And a lot of people have an NBA guys on their staff or in college nowadays. A lot of people do. But this was a head coach in multiple cities. So when you have that means the connections.
And a point guard who has won championships.
And the guy that plays your position. And it hit different because Avery had told everybody, this dude is the real deal. He came into Cleveland getting it in. Remember, you thought he was kind of goofy. Remember the free throw line, he blowing in the guy ear, doing this. But this guy, hey, he's different. He's always been different.
You remember him and Kevin Love? I got a video of it. Y'all remember him and Kevin Love got into it? Kevin Love, every time he got the ball, Kevin Love just said, he going to dribble the damn. Kevin Love hated him.
Yes. And speaking of Kevin Love, the Cavaliers did not have Kevin Love nor Darius Garland in uniform last night. Darius Garland, kid, another SEC product from Vanderbilt.
Monster.
Darius Garland or Kevin Love. And guess what? This Cleveland team, that win, I'm going to watch them because I always say pay attention to the game after the game.
Because they play again Friday, Jimmy. Both teams.
That's what I'm saying. Pay attention to the game after the game.
Mm-hmm.
They had a 2-day gap, and they're going to play them again. The new Brooklyn Nets stays in town to this. So let's see if it's remote. I don't expect Cleveland to win. But if they're going to are they going to play Brooklyn even within a 20-point spread? Because I'm expecting for Brooklyn to come out with a hammer.
Shit, they came out with a hammer this game. They hit their first 10 shots.
But the hammer has to be when the sub time comes in.
Yeah.
At the 8-minute mark.
You're right.
That's when the hammer. So we'll see how that goes. And it's going to be intriguing. But shout out to Damon Dotson. I know Lori Dotson.
I enjoyed the game, though, Jim. I actually enjoyed it because Damon played well. I enjoyed the game.
Hey, man, Damon was 6 for 12. Damon got up 12 shots in this game, man. He got up 12 shots, played 25 minutes, and that's how you stay in the rotation. That's how you stay up in there. And it's comfortable, and it just feels good, even though Cleveland is not a team. Cleveland is a team that very well, remember, like the Rockets, you're just trying to get in that 10th spot. That team, especially, think about it, they still got Andre Drummond. They got Kevin Love.
He played – Jimmy, he neutral. Like, if it wasn't for him in the beginning of the game, it would have been a blowout.
And they're talking about him as he's possible trade bait. They're trying to put a package together for him to possibly move him.
Because they want the young fella to play. What is his name? Jared
Allen.
Yeah.
Yes. It's Jared Allen time. And speaking of Jared Allen, he had 4 blocks last night as well. One of the best young shot blockers in the game. But now, once again, let's just pay attention the game after the game. If indeed the Nets lose again to this team, it's a long season left, guys. But I forewarned you yesterday. The media is going to blow up their losses like none other.
Oh, Jimmy,
and until you win, the only way to shed that is to win and win again.
Jimmy, I got something for you. It was trending last night. Trade Kyrie. Stupid. It's trending on Twitter. There's some. Yeah, I said.
Here's the thing with the thing that is kind of funny is that we allow this. We allow this as a society, and I say allow this meaning we see Frankenstein. We help create the Frankenstein, whereas we put the tag, and that's the thing. A lot of our black athletes in the professional ranks, they have long been doing things in their communities. But of recent, remember, I think I said it on the Chop Shop. I said it's going to be a fad. And what you mean by that, Hallie? I said, what is a couple of years ago? I say, Hallie, it's going to be like detail shops in the 80s. Remember when back in the urban communities, you had a detail shop everywhere? That was a fad. Well, fad meaning that once LeBron and it became noted what he was giving and people made it be known, hey, man, the other guys been giving all the time, ain't just making it known. Then KD made it known he was giving and doing his school. Then Jalen Rose, I'm doing my school. So then it became an avalanche of guys just to let it be known, which used to be it's one of the scriptures, I think. How are you a man of the cloth? I think that might be Mark, where it says, do your deeds and do your good deeds in silence or something like that. You come on, speak it to me now. Now, come on, Deacon.
That's all right. That's all right.
You gonna come on. You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Jimmy.
One of y'all give it to me. One of you.
I ain't been to that Sunday school class yet.
Now back to this. Kyrie Irving. I say his deeds in the community. And you notice how you listen to certain commentators, they'll say, well, if that's what you want to do, then go do that. Like in other words, don't even play basketball anymore. Like you're not beneficial. You're not productive enough because you had to take a time out to
shut up and
restart.
dribble too, Jimmy.
Some of those same. If they didn't say it, they co-signed it.
Yeah.
And so I want to remind you guys, just in 2020, in the past calendar year, Kyrie Irving gave, remember, emotion to pay the salary of every WNBA player who opted out of their season. Remember going in the pandemic when they made it known you don't have to come in the bubble, but them girls don't make but like 50-something, 60,000 bucks or whatever. So he was like, man, whoever don't want to go, I pay your salary. And so you can understand how the street cred amongst WNBA personnel is solid when it comes to Kyrie. Okay, understand this. But during the pandemic, people was going through this stuff in New York City. He donated about 30 grand to feed.
Jimmy, no. 300,000 to meals.
It was 300,000?
300,000.
It's over $250,000 to feed a lot of the families in New York. Right?
Yeah.
That ain't, it kept going. Remember Kyrie went over to remember that? He went over to the guy with the Indian folks in the Indian reservation.
You know, his mom is an Indian. His mom is Indian. Yeah. Of Indian descent.
And donated
50K.
multiple pallets of food.
Yeah.
For them. This all last year.
Yeah.
Right? And then it just was published.
And he didn't ever say this.
Steve Jackson, who's in with the family. Remember, we knew that from the George Floyd family we're talking about. Steve Jackson from out of Port Arthur, Texas, let it be known that Kyrie gave them the money to buy a brand new home. And so it's like he's doing this, but we are letting the chalkboard get erased.
No, Jimmy, I got one more for you. He paid off the college tuition for 9 HBC students at Lincoln University.
Paid off the tuition.
Yes.
So the thing is, understand, guys, still he's considered right now. They're not saying Kyrie done decline. They're trying to get you to believe that Kyrie don't need to be in this league because I don't want to root for him. I don't want him to win. I mean, I got to write about him. That means, so now I need you to move. And the thing is, right now, even though we know Kyrie uses a different charger than the rest of us on our brains. You know, our phone charges a little bit different.
He's different.
Okay, but that ain't okay. But at the same time, he don't need to be out the league.
No.
Those same people that saying that would take him in a heartbeat. Would take him in a heartbeat.
No,
if they could. Dude, you need him in the league to be producing because what it does, it empowers him to be able to create more wealth, to be able to take care of more people in the future, or be able to put his fingerprints.
Because I know some players, Jimmy, ain't gave shit to nobody. I'm going to repeat that. I know some that ain't gave nothing to nobody but their families. So yes. So, hey, man, if you notice, that's why I always look at this side. Yeah, he played for Brook, but I ain't never let nobody bash him too much because I really just think he met Jimmy in his interview. He said, I got to make sure my mental health is right. He telling y'all, man, something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. So it's just you. See, we just think, man, hey, man, them guys got it going on. They got this, they got this, they got this, they got this. Y'all, I've had the advantage of being around them. Y'all, it's a lot of stuff goes with this thing, man. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of, Jimmy, what I say, Jimmy, to how much is given, much is required. Jimmy, I know, I ain't gonna tell it. I ain't gonna tell it.
And you know, and even though, like I say, but Kyrie, once again, though, some of the things that Kyrie Irving does. You invite the critique. You antagonize people, because here's the thing. When you put in mainstream media, normally the rule of thumb is, if you make my job easy, then I'm going to write to the ease. But if you make my job hard, then my critique is going to be hard.
That's why I don't worry about the writers. That's why.
But guess what? Guess what? They all, and that's the thing. The thing is, in today's society, it might have could have gotten by in yesteryear, but due to so many guys are addicted to social media, it's hard to ignore nowadays what is being critiqued about different people. Because you know what happens? Somebody that follows you or somebody that's a friend of you will tag you whenever something said. Just like me, like certain people in the city, I don't even follow them anymore on no social media platform. So that means people say, man, did you see this? No, that's invisible to me. Now ask him to unfollow me.
Jimmy, you're right. The world has changed. We got anybody with a Twitter account is now there is a journalist. They think they're a journalist. They think whatever they say, and what I found out, man, even some of the guys who had the blue checks, Jimmy, they don't know what the hell they talking about. I'm gonna repeat that, y'all. Even some of these dudes that got the blue check don't mean his ass is.
Yeah, that's like in a concert. Everybody that's backstage ain't important. Everybody got a blue check ain't important. Yeah. Some people have snuck backstage. Some people have snuck and got a blue. Some people have snuck and got blue checks. But that happens. But you make people believe that you somebody you can get in.
No, but Jimmy, in today's world, everybody got a voice now. You got the filter. Kyrie, I told you he was trending. Everybody wanted to say something about it. I didn't even write none of the tweets down. They were so unimportant to me. I just said he was trending. And I sit there and said, wow. Okay, that is trade Kyrie. Trade Kyrie is trending on Twitter the next. Oh my. Them the people. Kyrie on his first game in practice, they showing that little old guy who did all that dribbling and couldn't make a shot. You remember the little guy? You remember the little guy everybody talking about dribbling real low to the ground? What's that little dude's name? I can't put it up. I can't put it up on the screen right now. But we just got to process a little bit more smarter where we get our news from, and that's all. I like that team though, man. I'm telling you. Jimmy, it was hard. Jimmy, I ain't never watched a Rocket game all the way through. Because everybody said when I'm at the game, first of all, why they watching me in the first place. But when I'm at the game, they tell me, Robbie, you're always talking to people at the game. You don't never watch the game. I came to the game to talk to people. I didn't take the damn game. I came to the game. I'm talking. I'm working. So, but I never watched the game. But last night, man, I sit there like this. I said, I like this, man. I wasn't even mad that they lost. I promise you. I said, I kind of figured this one. They jinxed me today. Everybody hating on them today. I said, that's all right. I said, we got this same team Friday. Ass whooping time. But that's all I got to say. Julia Newman, man, Lawrence Scott. Hey, Jimmy, hold up. I got something for Lawrence Scott right now. That's for Lawrence Scott. Julia Newman. That's that. Jimmy, you'd have seen it. But thank you, Lawrence Scott, man. I appreciate that, baby. But
and so also what we got, of course, is another game last night. Speaking of NBA, before we get ready to move into some NCAA, then we got stuff in the mailbag.
Oh yeah, I got some. Yeah,
we got recruiting. Don't forget, I got the breaking news for you guys. Okay. You make sure right now it's a great time to share the show to your timelines, to your groups, to your friends. Take out the time. Let's share the show, guys. Let's give a good share in. We on Baby Friday right now. Man. You know, this is our Thursday, but this is our Friday, but your Thursday. And well, on the Chop Shop. Boom, boom, room. Shout out to all you guys. Thanks so much. Don't need to wait to the end of the show to say it. Want to give you your flowers while you are blossoming right now. Thanks, guys, for keeping it live. Let's keep it even more crunk. Let's share the show.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, last night, another great game that a clash was going on, and that's Boston and Philadelphia.
Oh.
And that was a game that I watched. I watched a nice chunk of that game.
I ain't watched
at least 2 quarters of it. And Joel Embiid was dominating, was talking smack. See, this was the Joel Embiid. And you can tell. Some people say, man, you need to calm down, man. You're talking too much. Well, certain players, they can perform at a premium level consistently only when they're talking. Now, meanwhile, every dog gonna meet his day if you're playing the law of averages. But Joel Embiid can't play quiet. Joel Embiid gotta talk some smack.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid gotta come at your head and give you and let you know. And guess what? When he talk, he's not saying illiterate like dumb stuff. He's saying stuff. It's like, okay,
come on with it
he hitting gas.
Yeah.
And even during the game, it was one point he made a bucket and gave the too little sign. That's when the guys do that.
Everybody do that.
When they do that, that means, in case you didn't know, that means the player is saying he's too little to guard me.
This one.
Or they do that, that means the same as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So he did that, and it was going on late on in the game. Jaylen Brown was guarded by Ben Simmons. He did it to Ben Simmons. So it was smack going on the whole game. Marcus Smart was talking. That's why after the game, now that lets you know why after the game, Marcus Smart made the comment he made, and then old Embiid went back at him.
Jimmy,
and that helps to create rivalries.
Please tell me the comment Marcus Smart said. He said he always trying to fail to get caught. Marcus Smart is the floppingest person in the NBA. I can't believe he said that.
It take one to know one.
That's just like a bank robber going around and telling the chase man, hey man, this dude around here trying to rob your bank. You finna come out and rob it too. I cannot believe Marcus Smart. That came out of Marcus Smart's mouth. I promise you. I was done with him. But I'm proud of Philly because
I'm looking at the stat line of this game. Of course, and Marcus Smart had 25 points last night. He's in the starting lineup. Kemba Walker, 19. Kemba Walker, he's been on less than a week returned to the Celtics.
They're gonna want their money back here.
This team is just
they're gonna want their money back, Jimmy, from that little midget. Kemba. Yeah, I see why Michael Jordan said, take your little ass on. I'm not giving you a quarter.
I mean, Kemba is solid, but understand
Jimmy,
now.
you ain't gonna win with no midget shooting all your ball.
Let's understand something. This loss for Boston is only worthy of talking about because they were in position to win. And Philadelphia did what they need to do. Let's make no mistake about it. These guys are playing without their best player. So there's no Tatum. So let's let that be clear for those that miss the game. Tatum is out.
I mean, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but still, this was a winnable game.
They were still too small. They were still too. Hey, Stacey, I meant Stacey talking about don't talk about Marcus Smart. The biggest flop in the league. The biggest flop in the league.
Notice?
What?
Pritchard played 19 minutes last night.
He been balling. Jimmy, where you been?
Robert Williams didn't touch the floor.
He didn't get his good smoke that day. He didn't have his
He
good
didn't
smoke.
touch the floor.
He didn't have his good stuff that night.
So and Trey Waters has rose above Carson Edwards. Carson Edwards didn't suit up.
Damn.
Tremont Waters. So, man, I thought
Jimmy, they both the same type of player.
But Robert Williams started last year, Helen. He started some games last year.
Welcome to the NBA, Jimmy. Welcome to y'all. No boys allowed, man.
Hold on. We can't even Boston. Here's the thing. How come that coach gets so many mulligans?
He in Boston. He came from Butler. And look at his color.
How come he gets so many mulligans in the NBA?
Brad
The minute
Stevens,
they win a game,
darling.
oh, he's the greatest coach in the league.
All
He's the
love,
best.
Hey, all the owners and the owners' wives, you ought to hear. Oh, Brad, Jimmy, you ought to say, oh, Brad can't do no wrong, Jimmy. He's Bradley. They love him.
I'm paying attention. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm paying attention. Hope you guys are as well. Also, of course, the Rockets last night. That's the last game we talk about. Of course, had other games around the area, but the Rockets lost the game to the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul made his return to Houston for the first time in a Phoenix uniform, and Chris Paul, he had his fingerprints over that game because as a result of Chris Paul's leadership and guiding the ship, guys like DeAndre Ayton put up 26 and 17.
I don't really like him, but
he you know what he do. This was one of the, remember, he didn't play that first year. I think he was hurt and they drafted him or something. But this was a good pickup, a good pick for them. You know, normally when you pick a guy, it's hard picking a guy that's from within your state. I mean, he played in that state.
Yeah.
But it's not like he was born there and grew up in the hood there and he got to worry about Big Pookie and everybody, you know, the entourage. Now, I do know that like DeAndre Ayton has Houston ties because of him being from the Bahamas. One of his attorneys is Lyndon Rose. When he was going through his eligibility issues, Lyndon was on the front line with the NCAA. So I'm rooting for him because meanwhile, you know, he went on through and he's producing. Ain't saying much, staying out of the way, getting it done. Devin Booker, 24 points last night. We mentioned Ayton. Chris Paul had 13, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, and he was efficient, only took 9 shots. You know, he's turning Ayton into that Clint Capella and what he did for DeAndre Jordan and what he did along with James Harden for Clint Capella. That's what he's doing for DeAndre Ayton.
And guess what?
And just throw it up there, let him get it.
Speaking of Clint Capella, he made history
Capella
last
balling
night.
right now. He's one of the league leaders in rebounds.
Jimmy,
he's like in the top 3.
Jimmy. He made history last night.
What did he do last night?
Go look at them numbers. And those numbers haven't been gotten by nobody. The last person that had numbers like that was Shaq.
Let me see what he got right now. Clint Capella,
I can't
27 points, 26 rebounds.
And 5 blocks.
Yes,
sir.
Hell, he might be in first in rebounds by now. But after that night, 12 offensive rebounds. Might be a record. Well, maybe an Atlanta Hawk record.
You know, Troy just said something, Jimmy, and a lot of people ain't talking about, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know he was that good. But that boy went to Villanova, Mikal Bridges, he decent, man. I like him. You right, Troy. And Troy, you missed the beginning of the show. Make sure you go back and see the beginning of the show. Yeah, I talked a little bit about Eric at the beginning of the show.
Okay, and that was a win for Atlanta with Trae Young putting up 38 points.
But Jimmy, how could it feel? How could it feel being Greg Anthony? You calling the game, one of the games. You commentate, not commentate, but you looking at all the highlights, and you see your son hit a buzzer beater to win the game. He didn't know the camera was. They showed the camera on him. He is at home calling the games. I think analyzing the games, and he just said, he almost jumped out of his seat because Cole hit a buzzer beater, and it was, man. I just love seeing that last night, man. This NBA
in that particular game, it was something else that happened that was really intriguing. And that's the fact that that I didn't even realize, because after the first 3 games, we look at Ant-Man, who's Anthony Edwards, who's with Minnesota. Well, Jared Vanderbilt is in the starting lineup, guys. He's starting in the NBA. No, man. And guess what, Adam? MPG for the family members. Some family members don't give a damn. You never win a game. If they baby starting in the NBA, you can lose every game. It don't even matter as long as they baby starting. And then first, if they playing, they can kill us whatever.
What's his number?
Now, after you play well, then starting comes in.
What's his numbers?
But Jared Vanderbilt, he played 18 minutes last night. He played 29 minutes the game before that. So this is an opportunity in year 3 for Jared Vanderbilt when teams do that, they're trying to help you relight your candle, your stock candle. That way you can become an attractive component of a potential or a moving part. So that's what they're doing when they're auditioning you for other teams to possibly see. So then if not, then you'll see, they ain't nothing else they can do for you. So that's another thing. Now, Alice, we got it's 28 minutes past the hour, and we're almost there.
Take a break too.
And what we'll do is we'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back, and we'll go into those, as promised, we'll scan through some of the top minute grabbers on the freshman D1 report. Doug Jones put that together earlier this week. That was put in the RCS Sports VIP news, and we'll go through that because we like highlighting these young men, and then we'll go and slide into a recruiting question that was in the mailbox, a couple of questions, and then remind you also, guys, don't forget on Friday, televised game on Cube TV, Thurgood Marshall Hightower, boys basketball, live on TV in Houston, and that will be Friday at 7 p.m. on the Cube. You can check your cable. Most cable networks is channel 57, but there's one that it ain't. It's something else. So meanwhile, we go to a quick break, come right back and dive in this, and you guys hang right there. This is some good stuff today.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. And you see who we got behind us there. Miss Amanda Gorman from California. Guess what? Harvard trained young laureate poet. I mean, Jimmy, I'm just excited. I might keep her up for next week. She coming back up next week. I just fell in love with this little young girl, and I can't wait to see a young girl having audacity, Jimmy, to come up and say, she named the year I'm running for president in 2036. She named the year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, she incorporated that into her poem.
Oh, of course. Come
that
on,
was part
man.
of her opening in her poem.
Come on, man.
And
Yeah. But
I like the fact, my mama's school teacher, so I'm down with school teachers' daughters. That means school thing, part of the frat, the sorority. Mama, the middle school teacher. That's cool stuff right there.
Yeah.
And now, well, as promised with you guys, we'll go right into the following. These are freshmen from Greater Houston and around the country on the Division I level, how they have played or produced through January the 18th. Now, that's the other day. Today is the 21st. Through January the 18th, this is a list of all of the freshmen. And you know what I wish? I know Paul Miranda is watching right now up in Dallas. Is it possible? How hard would it be, Paul, or anybody from Dallas, to comprise such a list of DFW players, freshmen? So that way we can that way now, as we're watching some of the games, we can actually know which teams as well has players from DFW on them. And without, of course, yeah, we don't need help finding Cade Cunningham, but then there's other players that may be at Division I schools. And if we're watching the game and the game may be on TV, on one of those broadcasts, and we can say, oh, okay, they got a kid from Dallas DFW on that team. And that's one of the benefits of us sharing this intel with you guys weekly. And it can help you become abreast to what's going on with some of the young people that are out there trying to inspiring to fulfill their hoop dream. Meanwhile, so what we do is, as we do all the time, we go in last week, for the last few weeks, we've acknowledged the minutes per game and those that are averaging double-digit minutes per game. And as you scroll through the list, you see, because that's the most important category for any player or parent of a freshman that's in college. That MPG is it. So as we go and look at the list now, you see Bakari Lestrap now at IUPUI, 12 minutes a game. I'll just call it the names. You guys will know this roll call. Braylon Bush, I tip my brim to you, young man. 22 minutes a game over at McNeese. You're getting your uniform drenched in sweat every game. Colin Warren, 22 minutes a game as well. De'Avian Houston from Episcopal, 12 minutes a game at College of Charleston. Let's go down the list to Hayden Hefner, right? Hayden Hefner is at A&M, and his minutes is leveled off because they're in conference play right now. It was higher earlier, now it's down to 13.7 a game at Texas A&M. But that's a freshman from the sticks of Nederland, Texas, playing at Texas A&M as a freshman. Now, he better produce, though, because this stuff can be fool's gold. Just because you're starting as a freshman don't mean you're going to start as a sophomore. And that's the trick to this stuff. How about going down the list? How about the Jordan Ivory Curry, I'm sorry. Jordan Ivory Curry, 16 minutes a game at UTSA. Smart move. You're playing. You're a part of the scout. You're getting it done. Justin Hill, 27 minutes a game. It was 32. The coach decided, we informed you, to start bringing him off the bench in an effort to try to go and increase wins. And that's what it's still, he's averaging right at 28 minutes a game. Great job. Kason Harrison, 28 minutes a game at Lamar University. And one of the things about it, as a rule of thumb, is if a division, in most cases, if a Division I team has to rely on a freshman, that's in most cases, to lead their team, that team is probably going to have a losing record. Remember that. And that's Kason. Lamar University, Longwood, both losing records, and have freshmen at point guard when Justin Hill was starting. Now you off the bench. How about Kenneth Lofton Jr., man? Can't say enough about him, Hatter. 19.6 minutes a game, man. Big junior. Hey, I bet them coaches were saying, you know what? I got to ask the coaching staff how the meetings went. Because when they sign certain players, there are staff meetings and they say, well, we got to get 20 pounds off of him, or we got to get him stronger. We're going to bulk him up some. We're going to do this. I wonder what it was like for Junior, because Junior has that high butt. And if they made him lose weight, then it wouldn't be the same Junior. And I guess they said, to hell with that. We winning at Louisiana Tech, and this dude here he can go eat whatever the hell he want to eat. We good. And guess what? Kenneth Lofton Sr. ain't got no problem with that. He probably got a kangaroo on the pit this weekend, or whenever Junior got a break. How about LJ Cry, 14 minutes a game, and at Baylor? And the thing is, of course, certain coaches, yes, they could put you in the game with a minute left in the game. But in certain cases in conference play, that's like disrespect. Why would they do that and knock you? Because whenever a kid get in the game for 1 minute, that goes into his averages per game. Not many people are concerned about that, but it does. And some coaches I know have talked about it. Why are we going to play with
people are
like
concerned about it. We're talking about it right now.
But I'm just saying, but you're right. But a lot of people may not be aware. If you don't play, it don't count towards your minutes per game.
Yeah.
So take that into accord as you guys proceed and you start certain players. And we're talking. Let's get on almost through this list. Marcus Williams at Wyoming, 31 minutes a game. That's tops of all freshmen. Not only is that 31 minutes tops, Hatter, 16 minutes a game, 16 points a game is
He's
tops.
probably the best player on that team.
That ain't good.
I don't know their record, but if somebody averaging more than that, then they should be killing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what it did show, you picked the right school. You followed that coach, who was the coach at what was it, Northern Colorado, I think.
Yeah.
And that coach got the head job at Wyoming. You had committed to and actually had signed with that school, and the coach, they got your release, and you followed them to Wyoming. And guess what? That paid off. That's a gamble that paid off. A wise gamble. How about Nate Lacewell? 16 minutes game at San Jose State. The women at San Jose State has canceled the rest of their season, but the men are still playing. We got Pierce Helms at Samuelson State, 11.9. Pierce Spencer at Nicholls State, 13.8. Reuben Jones at North Texas, 24.3 minutes a game. And Tremont Mark at U of H with 20 points, 20 minutes a game. He's averaging just under 8 points a game for the 8 nationally ranked Houston Cougars. And that is our list. Once again, I didn't see if anybody replied. If it's possible for someone up in the DFW or someone up in also as well as ASAC, the Austin, San Antonio, Killeen area, to put a list together similar to that. And in doing so, then we can consolidate those to keep the entire state informed of how some of these freshmen are doing. And what it also does, Hatter, it helps certain parents to know. Mm-hmm. If you knew a person that's at that school, and you see a kid and how many minutes they are or are not playing, then you can, as a parent, you can reach out and contact one of those parents and ask them, what did them coaches tell you? What was the sale?
Jimmy, your man just had a unique and I'm glad you did this, Bob. Shout out to Elijah Elliott and Romelo. Hold up, let me get it right there. Let me put it back up there. Romel Williams, both averaging 15 plus minutes a game and averaging 10 points plus a game. Romel team is 7-2 and in league play. A little birdie told me that they may be in D1 next year. I like how you putting your players out there, Fly. Because Jimmy, I think you just got a D1 list right here, right?
Yes, the D1 list because, and here's the thing. Remember, Doug Jones and I reached out several times to the community to include to create a non-Division One list.
Right.
And
right.
guess what happens?
Guess
what happens?
That's all right. But that's why
You see what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things whereas you want us to hear the tree when it falls in your woods, and we're across town.
Yeah, but that's why Fob
And
did what he did.
That's the thing. And like last week, I think one of the fathers informed us his son had made conference player of the year up at Dallas Baptist. I think that's where it was, right? DBU. And the little kid Jacobs, which was cool. And now this week, of course, Favre has put it out there and supporting one of his former kids. If you
and
don't
one
do
of
it,
is not Elijah Elliott. Did he play for Favre?
No. Romeo did.
I know,
Elijah Elliott did not.
Okay.
And that and you know, and that's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, I like
because here's the thing that's funny as hell. Don't you guys notice the pattern?
I don't know the pattern.
The grassroots teams that has the players that go to the Power Fives, they get all the retweets, all the look at what he doing. But those kids that play for those teams and they go to the non-Division One level, not saying they don't get love, but it's not as prevalent from those. If you just pay attention, and that's a question for another topic as to why.
No, but I mean, and please, y'all, when y'all hear information like that, do what Fob did. Thank you, Fob, because I would have never known. Thank you so much, Fob, and whoever. But Jimmy, I know you got a mailbag, but I saw a tweet the other day said, I saw a tweet, y'all. What y'all think about this? Somebody said grassroots, Loopy said grassroots is a drug. Some stay away, others find rehab, most overdose. What y'all think about that?
Yeah.
Grassroots is a drug?
Yeah, I mean, it's addictive. And I've always said
stay
that.
away, others find rehab, and most people overdose. What y'all think out there, Chop Shop? I mean, boom, boom, boom. What y'all think? You know, I like to hear what y'all are. Y'all on there? Cause Jimmy already liking into some dope. He said y'all. He said it's blue magic. Are y'all? Are y'all gonna stay away? Are you gonna find us a little rehab? Or are you just gonna go on overdose? Go on overdose. That I think that's all right. I mean, it makes sense. Thank you, Loopy. Y'all let Loopy know I pinned him today. And but I saw something else too, Doug, and I'm glad Doug, and I think I got it because of Doug. They said the NCAA Division III men's basketball program in the South looking to add all positions for the class of 2021. You need a minimum 3.5 grade point average to be considered. Then he said, post it. And then Doug made a comment. He said, don't turn your nose up at a chance to play at the next level. And I thought that was interesting. I mean, somebody have a post like that. But I just want, don't thumb your nose up. But Jimmy, that's why I was so adamant when I talked to people about getting your education up to par 2 with your game. You know, you might not be an A student, but come on, man, you could. It's certain things if you just apply yourself. I mean, unless you just don't want, you just don't care nothing about school. But in order to go and play basketball in a school, you got to have some rules. And so make yourself a little bit more attractive. Don't give them an excuse. I know 3.5 is hard to have, but it's some Division IIIs out there. If you can play ball, you get a chance to play. So I think that, thank you, Doug, for that tweet. And because a lot of us not going to play D1. I just showed the numbers and mentioned the numbers yesterday. Hey, but no more than 28. There's an average of 30 or 28 of y'all every year in this big city. So what the rest of the guys gonna do? You find just sit around and wait on a D1 to open up, or said, look here, man, Chandler Jacob, I want to go ball. I want to be like Chandler Jacob. I want to go be an All-American at Dallas Baptist. So, I mean, hey, pick your poison, young men. And I understand everybody's dream is to play Division I basketball. But if what they said, if you reach for the moon and you fall amongst the stars, you're still all right. If you're shooting for the moon way up there, and you happen to grab and latch onto a star, you're gonna be all right. It's all right to shoot for D1. That's the moon. But D3 and D2, those are stars. You can go there and be a star in your role. So just think about it a little bit when you're doing that. And I don't know the cost. I don't know the financial package. I don't know. But in other words, give yourself some options, young man. That's all I'm asking. Yeah. That's it.
And yeah, I mean, I think that there's far too many people that you're selling the D1 dream, but then when it doesn't come through, then you're shifting you're going into a different pot to try. Now you're trying to sell the D free dream. Well, why not let it be D free from the get go? And because of the fact that
they're reaching for the moon, Jimmy.
But it's still though, D free is still reaching for the moon. But that's the whole thing. Now you can see why so many kids.
Jimmy, the moon is Division I. That's way up there. That's far away.
Okay, but see, here's the thing though.
But the stars are a little closer to you.
It comes. See, this what comes with it. This is the thing that comes with it. A lot of people feel that if they don't go D1, they don't even want to play because I ain't gonna play at that school.
I'm trying to educate Jimmy. I'm trying to inspire them. Because you said let it burn. I'm not gonna let it burn. I'm gonna keep as long as he give me breath. I know this is like a calling to me now. I understand. I don't have to get paid. I get paid in other arenas. This arena here, I know. You know why I know what I'm saying is right? Because of the emails I'm getting. I'm kicking. Oh, there you go, Jimmy. Because of the email I'm getting. People saying, Robert, thank you. I mean, I'm getting emails saying, I know this stuff work. And hey, listen to me. I know you want to go to Division I basketball. I know you want to go to Kentucky. I know you want to go. But man, I tell you, man, I told y'all I'm so proud of the young man who, and I mentioned his game again, young Mr. Jacobs. I'm going to always mention his name because guess what? His team went to the state championship. And he said, look here, man, I'm in a position now. I'm going to add you back now, Jimmy, if you're ready. I'm in a position now that, hey, I'm a star. Hold up. Not just locally. I'm known around the country. Hey, when they mention whatever division in, when they mention this, they got to mention my name. But I know what you're saying, Jimmy, the people selling the dream. But it's all right for the kid to think about I can play.
The thing is, because a lot of kids could grow to feel that if I don't get that Division I, then I failed you. And I don't want to fail you. And so that's the thing. And so in part of the sale needs to be, or probably should be, incorporated or modified to include the fact that, man, whichever one you make, we down with you and we're going to pump you up all the way. We're going to be at your games. But then at the same time, realize we're going to try to get there. Right? Now, which one of these schools you want to go to? Let's get that out so we can try that way we can get it. And as soon as you know where the kid is trying to possibly go, then that way now when it gets to the point in time, you can maybe go take an unofficial. And you can find out from the coach and let the kid see with his own eyes if that school has interest or not in him. And that will help, though. That's the part when I say these kids are stronger than when I meant stuff like that. But if you telling me your list is LSU, A&M, UT, and Baylor, well, guess what? That's all in driving distance. If we live in Houston, San Antonio, or Dallas. So guess what? During the time, we'll take a trip to try to go there. All we're going to say now, let's give you stat. This is what that means if they like you. They're going to do this.
So
you're going to hear, they're going to recruit you.
So we have to do a better job of informing our kids.
Yes. Of educating, informing these young people. And that's what we're not doing. We're making them seem like whatever you want to go, let's know. I want to go. Don't worry. I got you. I got this. I know this person, that plug. I can get
Jimmy,
you.
some people
play, man. I got you.
Yeah, in defense of them guys, and I hope we have some out here that's on this feed, and somebody can share it with some. Matter of fact, share it with somebody, y'all, who might need to know this kind of stuff, man. That's what we just assume people know. And by the way, Jimmy, Dwayne Haskins just agreed to a deal with the Pittsburgh while we was on the show.
With Pittsburgh.
Yeah. But we, that's a young kid that has been coddled and people ain't been telling him everything, when his socks stink. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just got to, be, especially the people of influence. And that's why, and I always bring it back to the parents. If y'all notice, my mandate into them other guys, my mandate is always to the parent. Because that's your baby, man. That's your son. When I hear about guys saying, man, I sent this guy here. I sent this guy. I got this kid. I sent him over here. All I be thinking about, y'all, is who in the hell is his mama if this dude here and the daddy, if he's sending them? That I promise y'all, that's my pet damn peeve. Maybe that's why they was mad at me. I wish somebody would have said something about, well, they gonna tell where my son gonna go. They used to call and inquire. You know what I told them? I got this, man. Set your ass down. Go have your son. So because all we trying to do, man, is give y'all parents the proper information so you can have, so you can be, let me tell you something. Information, I've said this on the show a million times, is the most valuable thing you can get. The most valuable things you can get. You got to have information, but then you got to, when I give you this information, which pissed me off about some of these parents, then you got to have the wisdom to understand it and know how to apply it. Because a lot of them, Jimmy, out here know, but Jimmy, they think, well, I ain't thinking about this shit they say on the shop. What you say, man? I can go D1, I'm gone. And Jimmy, I know that's your frustration. I know it's a lot of them out there. But it's not my job. Like a parent talking about, Robert, don't tell them parents nothing. They can do what they want to do. Nah, got to keep talking. But go on, Jimmy.
Yeah, so I mean that hopefully it's food for thought for some people out there. And like I said, y'all just pay attention. You look at certain webs, a lot of the sneaker programs, you'll see the alumni, and that alumni have all the D1s, all of the pros, like and make it and paint the narrative as like none of the players never played in Division I. That's Kobe out there, guys, barking. So y'all hear Kobe. And Trey Phillips, he says, I have a young lady at Missouri Western State for free and receiving a nursing degree this year as a senior. And but I think it's easier to sell on the girl side though. I think because those problems, I don't think are as prevalent as on the boy side. Because
every boy think he gonna go to the league.
Every boy think it. And when we had Dodo on, and she was an intern and worked with us, she was the leading scorer at University of Houston 2 or 3 seasons ago. And she even confessed, she was like, "Man, we understand that we ain't, we can make more money when we graduate in something else than WNBA." The odds are they're going to make more of something else if they, than a WNBA player.
Jimmy, Kelly Loeffler bought a team. She's a woman. She might not be worth, but she's a woman. She ain't playing no ball.
She got to sell that damn team too.
Huh?
She on the selling team too. They putting the
Jimmy,
clamps
you
on
know
her
what though?
ass.
You don't like her because of her politics. But one thing I do like about it, Jimmy, when that time when about a campaign, I'm talking about Kelly Lofton. Y'all Google it. I don't know if y'all Google it. The campaign came around, and we was talking about it, Jimmy, and they was talking about, well, we got to raise campaign funds. She said, hold on. Give me my checkbook. No. Give me my Bergen bag over there. And wrote a check. Said, here, $24 million for my campaign. When the campaign fund, y'all just pay me back. Here, $24 million. She ain't shot now jump shot. Jimmy, who own the Rock? Tim and Fertitta have not shot nan jump shot. But he can pay all of them guys. Cal McNair ain't ran not 140. Not one. But guess what? Y'all think the players balling, but he the one signed the front of the check. The players turn the thing over or get their direct deposits. So it's not to say everybody's gonna be a Cal McNair, but guess what? There's a doctor said, man, I could be a doctor a lot longer and he can be an NBA player. Or he could be I could be a doctor a long time, Mr. Hatter. I said, I like that. But what else you got, Jim? Oh, you pushed your mute, Jimmy. Jimmy, you push your mute button.
Yeah, I hit the mute button in this case. Kobe kept.
Man, let
kept
Kobe. We got Kobe.
Now I got him. I got to get over. Now I got to get over to the TV station shortly for the film segment. Don't forget tomorrow on Friday, the live high school basketball broadcast will be on television, live on Cube TV. That's channel 57. Most outlets, High Tower and Thurgood Marshall. Going to be one hell of a matchup, and that's going to be at Hobson Fieldhouse. So that means it enables more fans who wanted to come would be able to actually watch the game. They're only going to restrict it to about 25 to 50% occupancy. Meanwhile, that's not the breaking news. We told you about that. So just warning you and giving you heads up to set your DVRs. You have time to do so to tape that game because there will not be a rebroadcast. You got to get it in. Also, at halftime of that game, you be sure to check out my weekly segment, Tip My Brim. Okay. And so Tip My Brim is my halftime segment that will come on during each of the halftime, each broadcast of the game of the week. Next, also, so piece of breaking news. We got twofold. Promise you two of them. Is Kim Jackson still on the field? If you are, let us know if you're there, darling. And also, the reason why is because of this. Remember, I know I'm in charge of putting together, comprising the schedule for the high school games of the week, the days in the schedule, but one game each week.
This game is at 7. Jimmy, hold on. This game is at 7?
This game is 7 o'clock.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's 7 o'clock Friday on Cube TV live. Daniel Ewan and Bob Slovak are the broadcast team. That's awesome. Both of those guys are awesome. The break on the next week's game will not be on Friday. We're coming right back and going to have a Tuesday night game.
Okay.
So I just finalized that game the other day, and it's going to reward Klein Forest.
Okay.
Because their parent section was the most spirited that I've seen all year long. I love that their parents sit in the same vicinity, of course, based on COVID. I like the fact that they was cordial, talk some good smack. They wear their t-shirts the same together. These are and the team was winning for the most part.
That's good.
And so I'm reward those that, in fashion, to try to reward those that are helping themselves. And I think their atmosphere that they play in is always a fun atmosphere. One thing about Klein Forest, their head coach has been at that school for about 21 years. They're playing against Klein High School Tuesday, 7 p.m. at Klein Forest. Klein High School is in first place in that district. by the time they play each other, now of course, that game with Klein Forest, we're trying to get some get back on Klein. But Klein's head coach, Hatter, has been at that school for 29 years, something like that. Yeah.
Now who they
at
playing?
the same school?
I'm sorry, who they playing? Who's Klein Forest?
Klein at Klein Forest.
Oh, it's Klein versus Klein. Okay.
And Coach Arnold has been a coach for 51 years. 29 at this one high school head coach. That's the longest tenure of any coach in the area. And the coach at Klein Forest is like the second or the third longest tenure at the same high school. So that way it's a chance to reward those guys for their work and their giving back and the efforts that they provided for a lot of the kids in yesteryear as well. Now, another stat about Klein Forest, Hatter. Of all of the schools in Greater Houston, private and public, Klein Forest has produced more Division I players than any school in Houston in the past 20 years, since 2000. So I reward that. So that's the thing. So that game is going to be televised Tuesday night.
I'm going to adopt me a son. I'm gonna put him on a good team, boy. So next season y'all might not do it next season though, Jim.
Well, we'll see how it goes. That's the thing. I didn't realize they were telling me about like the game the other night. Cy Lakes and Cy Ranch was the first week, and I tried to, I was looking out for Big Fox, looking out for the Cypress District. I know the Angel works out there. I'm trying to give different districts a look. Yeah. And then I was looking in this week before I chose the Klein Forest, like Fob, I was trying to wait, and I was gonna get you down to it, but I know that, and I looked and I went and saw Maid Creek play the other day. I noticed that Maid Creek didn't have the student section. The game was kind of you need an atmosphere makes a game. And they played Katie Taylor, but Maid Creek didn't have a lot of energy going through the stands. And so you try to, so I was looking, I was scoping it out. And they play Seven Lakes next week. And I was going up, but I was like, well, damn, if I go Katy, I know them people out in Katy ISD would have wanted us to go and see Katie Taylor at Katy because the football team won the state championship. That would have been, I said, well, now let me just go with, if Klein Forest win, I go with this game right here. So anyway, that's the big news on that. Last piece of big news, the second part is the spring icebreaker. March the 19th through the 21st. There's a company called Humacare Therapeutics. Humacare Therapeutics has come on board as a sponsor of the spring icebreaker. And they will be providing a rapid COVID test for every single player and every single spectator that comes through the door, and every single coach, every single referee, every single staffer will get a rapid COVID test available for them. There's no other event in the country. So if you're worried about safety, Spring Icebreaker, just once again, I told you it's going to change the game. This company is based in Silicon Valley. And not only are they doing it, they're going to have an economic impact. They're coming as a sponsor, which I really embrace. If you know anyone in the medical field, they don't have to quit their job. This is a weekend project, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They will be hiring 175 medical personnel to implement these rapid COVID tests at the different locations of the Spring Icebreaker. They're going to hire them. You're going to get paid. Good. It's Silicon Valley money. I'm telling you guys now. So once again, changing the game. I love being part of history. The first event that you will see where everybody will have access to a rapid COVID test before they enter the building. They will have teams set up with tents. But it will take 11 minutes to get the result. Is it mandatory
for them to take their little COVID having asses? You know, the brother, man, I'm trying to sneak by. Is it mandatory that they go through the tent?
No, you can't. I had to, that option is up to me.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do that because people got different beliefs. It's available, but if you
Well, they got
deny,
different
then
beliefs.
we
They
got to
can
get
believe to take their
no,
ass and
but
stay at
no.
home.
But if you deny it, we're gonna get your information if you deny it. I mean your name and a phone number if you deny it, because that way we be able to
But you're
trace
still
your ass.
checking temperatures at the door.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can't come in there. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Now, of course, the person that denies it, they have to go and do the temperature check still, and they still have to sign it and write their name down and a contact number in case there's something that happens, because now we be able to trace. And that's one of the things. So, and as I'm doing the scheduling, I will have segregate most of the age groups. So I'm not going to have the 8th graders playing with the 11th graders at the same site. 8th graders ass gonna play with 8th graders supposed to at one facility. 12th graders gonna play at one facility. Them now 12th and 11th may be the only ones that could be consolidated, because the MI3 Center's headquarters, and that's 6 courts. That may be the only 2 age groups that consolidate, and the bottom 2. So once again, I hope that this news is well received by the community, because I worked hard as hell to go and secure this deal for the community. Remember, if you know somebody in the medical field, send an email to us, chopshophtx@gmail.com, chopshophtx@gmail.com, and that email, just let us know, and we'll send the name of the person and the contact email address or contact number, and then we will get them in contact, put them on the list. They will contact them. And like I said, and I see Jeffrey Day say put the 18U division on 30-second shot clock. That's a lot more work, Jeffrey Day, because of social distancing. That means now you got to get another person at the table. Remember, during the COVID. So that's another thing. And that would be great to do, but you got to think about safety now. That means it's already enough with 2 people at the table. That means another shot clock person would take a 3rd person at the scores table, and I'm not sure if it's enough room to do so. A lot of people have done shot clocks, and the thing of it is this: if the state of Texas, the UIL, isn't moving toward a direction of regulating and incorporating the shot clock, then you could do it all you want to in the summer. It seems like right now the first wave then passed. The most recent wave is passed. We got to stir it up again at the state tournament and keep the momentum going, and then take it from there. They sent out tests, the COVID. They've been testing for 2 years. Different events they've allowed. They want to do shot clocks. Those are my scholastic events, that is. And we'll see how that stuff goes. But like I said, I hope you guys receive that news well. The icebreaker will have COVID tests. Now, of course, each player, the coaches of the teams will get forms that the parents will, consent in advance, and that's how they do that. Once again, the name of the company is HumaCare, HUMACARE Therapeutics. You can look them up, and they're a legitimate company in Silicon Valley. And the thing is, how they had this money, they got this grant to do it, but ain't no events in California to do it with. You see how it came in? So they looked and they found somebody told them about the icebreaker, and they was like, "Well, hell, And so the first thing I asked, how the hell you gonna get all your people to come down and do all these tests? And I got at the MI3, I got 12 teams coming in at town. Oh, no, we can handle that. And so they showed me, we did the call, they showed me how they can, and talk to me and reaffirm how they can get it done. And I then I had another meeting with them, and they double checked again. Once again, like I say, referees will have one. And the thing about referees, that's going to be mandatory for referees.
All of them, especially if Freight gonna referee. Make sure he have one. Let him take 2. Yeah.
So I'm like I said, I'm really good. Thrilled to share that news with you guys.
I'm just letting you get it out. I mean, that was that's different. I mean, I like that. I mean, get your test. Yeah, at least you know if you're riding dirty or not around here. So
yeah,
get your little test, man. Some people ain't been tested yet.
Well, and Jeffrey Day, and last thing I want to clarify, guys, at the icebreaker, there are no more. We're doing away with age groups, age divisions this year. There are no more age divisions at the icebreaker because money is at stake. Grade divisions is what it is. So you got fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade.
So you can be in the fourth grade and be 100 years old?
Now, it's easier for our staff to confirm your grade than it is your age. It's easier. It's easier, much easier when you're dealing with mass people. Okay. So it's easier to know what grade a kid in than his age. You can go on his social media and he's going to tell you what grade in class of 2024, 27. They can tell you that you can easily tell what grade a kid in, but they will have to bring report cards and just for validation. It's easier. So that means instead of a 17U, that is now called the 11th grade division. So what we did is we have a 12th grade division now. That's really 18U. You see the spin on it?
Y'all doing 18, it damn much for me.
No, it's not. It's doing. Understand something. In the past, the 17U Haller is the only division that has embraced kids playing down. Meaning, what's unsigned seniors? What's unsigned seniors? They really 18Us, but they all play with 17U, and nobody says nothing. But now you got money on the line. Those 17U teams, hold on. Let them old dudes play with their own age.
Ain't nobody got no. You didn't put the money up. Ain't nobody else got no money on the line.
Yes, so that means if I'm putting money up, you got to make it fair. That means that same thing can't happen with the other grades. So why would it be the 17U? That'd be the only division that can happen in.
I just know it's gonna be some dudes in the seventh grade division. They're supposed to be in high school. They're gonna pull their car up. They're gonna pull up. They're gonna drive to the damn event.
That's understand. You could do that when they playing the numbers. With the grades is set. You already know what grade they're in middle school. Because if they're in middle school, your ass too old, you can't be in that grade. You can't be in that grade. They're gonna put your ass in your right grade. You could play what you want. That's what they call age exemption. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. So that way now it's food. Let me tell you something. It is foolproof. Okay. And that's the thing. Well, the thing is, if you got an unsigned senior on your team, you must play 12th grade. Bottom line. You see now? That means now everybody it's all the same. It just gives the 11th grade teams an opportunity to be segregated amongst themselves. Everybody that's 17, you want to play up anyway. They don't care. They want to play up anyway.
Dude. If you're trying to keep people from doing something, I was just throwing scenarios out there. Let me tell you something. Hey, I'll be watching it on whatever TV y'all got it. Because I won't be there.
Understand, a lot of events for young people, there's already two different kinds. They have some events that judge you by your age. Some events judge you by your grade. There's always been those options for those younger divisions. And whoever the team that has the benefit or has the most to lose, they're the one that's going to criticize it. But in this situation, because of, once again, like I said, with the unsigned seniors, because there are some teams in the icebreaker that has a whole team of unsigned seniors. Hell, you even said it when we first announced this, giving this money away. I'm going to get me a whole rack of unsigned seniors. Well, you're going to play against them kids in 11th grade for the same bag of money. Ain't no problem with that. That's what you want to do. But why wouldn't you want to play against kids your own age, your own grade? So that ain't no fun now, huh? Because next guy gonna get his unsigned seniors. Y'all ass play together. Now, if somebody younger want to play up, that's on them. Play up. But that's a 12th grade division.
Y'all just tell me the results after it's all over with. I just want to know the results.
And Stacey said, what if a kid going to prep? No, it ain't no age, because that's the thing that we got to get the cycle of it.
Can he play
17?
Can he play 12th grade?
Put it like this: the 17s is now called 12th grade. If that'll make y'all feel happy,
Can
psychologically, I can listen. I can F your brain like that.
If a kid is going prep, can he play 12th grade?
He didn't say that. He said 17.
I'm changing it for him.
So yes, that's what it's for.
Okay.
It's for anybody that's in the 12th grade this year. If you want to reclass, you want to do 12th grade again, you want to do that 12th grade division is for you.
Hey, tell Marjorie and them y'all gonna need general honorary around this month because these folks gonna go crazy trying to win that bread. Hey.
And Wesley Yates say if you got a 15-year-old in the 7th grade, I don't give a damn be 19 in 7th grade. If his report card in that middle school, let his ass in that school, they being that old. Then yeah. That mean, know what that mean? That mean he played on this middle school basketball team in a scholastic setting, being that old. Think about that.
Well, I want Jeffrey Day. I'm gonna watch every game Jeffrey Day stream. Jeffrey Day, if he's streaming a game, I'm watching. I mean, it's weird. I mean, it's different. I can't wait. 7th grade, 8th grade, I got it, man. I know we got to get out of here, man.
Yeah, we got to get up out. I get to the TV station. Anyway, guys, it's time to land this plane. And okay, I dropped a boatload of news on you guys. Let that saturate. But once again, most importantly, make sure you share the show on the way out the door. Give us a thumbs up on the YouTube. Make sure you go and check us out this Saturday on 92 KELZ radio station. That's digital. You can listen to it anywhere. And we'll be on from Saturday 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock Central Time, 10 to 11 this Saturday morning. Last Saturday we had Sean Woods from Southern University, and of course Ramon Walker from Shadow Creek. The week before we had Prairie View and Texas Southern head coaches, basketball coach that is. This week we have some surprise guests. We'll let them out to you. You guys got to follow us on social media, but check us out this Saturday for the Chop Shop Overtime. That's the name of that radio show. And with Hatter and yours truly, Jim Hicks. Meanwhile, don't forget, check out the game tomorrow night. Hightower and Thurgood Marshall. They need some great ratings on that basketball broadcast because this stuff will determine if having a live game of the week for basketball is worth it to the TV station. You guys showing up, being spirited, watching the game. If you have a Nielsen box or whatever, when they have ways to tell it digitally as well, make sure you do so. So, but anyway, for Robert Hatter, this is Jim Hicks. We up out of here, guys.
Jimmy, let me give him how to get, because he asked how we get it in Dallas, and let me put it on the feed before he get off the feed of the Corey, and then you can get us down. All right, I got you, Corey. You in there, baby. It's on the feed now. Y'all take a screenshot of it.
Yeah, that's it. 92 KLZ. 92 KLZ, baby. And we'll see you guys on Monday.
Yes, sir.
Well, some of you guys, we'll see you on Saturday morning.
We'll see you on Saturday.
Come on and fellowship with us on the Chop Shop. We just kind of keep better and get better every day. Make sure you spread the word about the Chop Shop. Time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this baby Friday. We up out of here. Peace.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.